It was good. At first, I thought Coach was just teasing with me when he first put him over there, but it was great to work with him. He's a huge competitor, loves the game. You can tell just the way he practices and plays. Just look forward to big things out of him come fall.
You kind of did the same, experimented with the same with Ray Ray. Obviously, DK played the position in high school, but he's just more natural with the position, more dedicated to it, I guess.
I wouldn't say dedicated because he's dedicated to everything he does, and the fact that he's a huge competitor allows him to compete at a high level, no matter what position you put him at. You could put DK at center, and he's going to compete, and he's going to be a player.
Outside of him being a competitor, what is it about his makeup that allows him to do so many things on this team?
Well, he's an athlete. When you're an athlete, you can basically stick that kid anywhere, and he's going to survive. He has a willpower that he wants to win, and the fact that he loves the game is always going to put him in a position where he can make plays.
Is there an area when a guy makes that kind of conversion at this level, in terms of pass coverage, you try to identify his weakness so he can grow on it? It's hard to run backward when you're used to running forward.
Well, when you're an athlete like him, and if you go back to his past, I mean, DK played quarterback, he played running back, he played DB, he played wide receiver. So when you got a kid with that skill set and that mindset, basically what you're going to do, you're going to point out his weaknesses and, the fact that he's a competitor. He's going to work hard and diligent to make sure that those weaknesses are strength.
Outside, are you see
Definitely. I mean, he's a kid that, was highly recruited coming out of high school, and a kid that, we brought him here because we want to see him play. He's going to make our secondary and our defense that much better.
Deva told us last night he was excited to see Mario, that he feels like he's had a good spring and summer. What have you seen or heard about him this summer?
Well, tend to ask guys, who's looking good out there during skills and drills, and Mario's name is a guy that pops up. Mario is definitely another kid who has a very high skill set, and he came here and he played early as a freshman. So it's good to see the kid progress. Like I said, I'm looking forward to all these kids. I've been away from them for a little bit of time now, so it's like opening up a new box of cereal. I want to see what prize falls out.
How do you see the depth chart getting
A revolving depth chart. I mean? We're young. I've only got one kid who's coming back as a starter, AJ, and guys are going to be working and striving because, hey, the way you practice is the way you play, and the way you play is more opportunities to get to play ball on Saturdays.
AJ, one of those guys that can be a leader in the back end of the defense.
He is. He's a guy who's seen a lot. He's a quiet kind of kid, so to kind of stress him to talk and the things of that nature is a task for him. But hey, he's got to grow. You got to mature. You got he's the elder statesman in the secondary, so he's got to be more vocal.
Had to be impressed with what you saw from Jones in the spring. How do you see that translate this season?
He's a kid who's very focused. He's a high level, maturity level. Came in and did well academically. It was good for him to come in the spring because now he has a little grasp of the playbook. He's been in Death Valley, a place that he's never played before. A lot of these kids come from high school, and most kids that he probably played against, had in the stands maybe 3,000. So to see that atmosphere and for him to strive and make plays was very good for him.
Tyler seems like a kid who has all the physical tools. What's it going to take for him to take that next step?
Well, it's like I said, most of the kids that we have the tools. It's the mental aptitude to be able to retain a lot of things in the playbook, and then to make that transition of playing at a high level against high level athletes every day. In high school, you very rarely are going to see a high level kid every week. Well, you're going to see that kind of kid every day in practice. So just to be able to make that transition from practice to the game field, which is going to be good for him, and the time that he played last year was very good for him, to introduce him to that type of level of play.
How much does it help your guys being able to go against the talent, against everyday practice that you're seeing?
It's great, because now when it comes game time, it's very easy. As I tell a kid, you never know how strong a rubber band is until you pull it. Or if a kid's getting pulled every day, he's getting stronger and stronger every day in practice, and that's what helps us when when it comes to Saturday.
Is there a little more pressure maybe this year, considering that this back end to kind of hold things down until those young kids can grow up?
I don't know. For me, it's always pressure. I'm a defensive back by trade, so I mean, I'm always under pressure. So it's no more, no less pressure just because of the experience of our guys up front. I'm always going to place our guys in situations where we're trained for that, so that when the time comes, we're very calm and patient when it's time to make plays.
You got a lot of young guys competing for playing time this year. How do you work through that? Because there's so much.
I mean, it's easy, because we play so many kids anyway, so it's not something that's going to be hard or something that we have to sit down and plan out. We've done it every year since I've been here. We've played 5 to 6 to 7 defensive backs a game, so it's nothing new. These guys understand that, hey, in order for me to get on the field and get numerous reps, I'm going to have to perform in practice.
I know it's different positions, but what's it like working alongside Todd Bates?
Todd Bates, he's a guy that's going to bring it all. He's going to lay it on the line. He loves his kids. He gets the best out of them. A great teacher, great man. I mean, you look up, from top to bottom as far as our coaching staff. We have a hell of a coaching staff to work with. So it's a pleasure to come to work every day to know that, you got a guy that's going to be in your foxhole that's going to watch your back and you're going to watch his back.
What do you think it is about him that it makes him connect so well with recruits?
He's very personable. I mean, and it's one of those things, in order to be a good recruiter, you got to be personable. You got to be a guy that's all about relationships, and he does a great job of doing that.
Last spring, this kid's all complimentary now, bringing players. Can you talk about how it's changed in the last few years, power of the call, how that's different now?
Well, when you have the success that we're having on and off the field, it's not hard. We're in a society right now where people are looking for the good, which is great because, you turn on the news every day and it's the bad news that sells. So it's a pleasure to see that people are seeking out Clemson for the right reasons, because, it's telling you that there is some good in the world.
How different is it for you as a coach to be able to understand that, man, not looking to South, but be able to go after the best corners in the country?
It's good when you, like I said, when you can go into a high school and kids recognize the Paul and they're like, man, that's Clemson, and then you got kids that are running down the hallway talking about, hey, coach, can I get a scholarship? I play football, and the kid doesn't even play football. So that's a good feeling to be able to walk into a high school and have that type of feel aura when you walk in.
You've been through a million camps as a coach. It's grind for the players, training preseason camps and grind for the players. How do you grind for the coach? How do you keep it fresh? And I know that from a program standpoint, every minute of camp, meetings, practice is all planned out. But, what techniques do you have to keep it fresh for yourself and the players, and also stay on schedule, so to speak, looking at your guys, seeing, if on a Tuesday this week, we're better like, the following Tuesday.
Well, it's a challenge for me, one, because every day is a different day. And that's the way you have to look at it in that mindset. You can't let the yesterday affect today. You can't let the day, tomorrow affect. You just got to win the day. And for me, that's how I take it. And then like I said, by trade, I'm a defensive back. So as a player, I know what I wanted as a player. I wanted to, work on different things every day and not get monogamous on one thing. So, that's my challenge, and I love the game. So for me, I live vicariously through my players. So, their success is a direct reflection of what I'm doing to help them.
Do things get more intense in the position room as camp goes on, maybe as you're looking at film after a practice, and maybe picking things? Or?
For me, it's always intense. Being a defensive back, you're on the edge. So everything, every day, every practice, every play is intense because, you figure, hey, one slip, one false move is a touchdown. Whereas another position, you can kind of cover up. Well, we're the last line of defense, so, it's do or die for us.
With such a young group, what are you excited about finishing out the summer and heading into the first couple of weeks of the season?
Probably from top to bottom, I've got the most athleticism that I've ever had. Now I've just got to do a great job of putting it all together and letting them go play.
Do you think these young guys will have a little bit of an edge when you take reps against such an elite offense and a great quarterback, great wideouts?
Definitely, because it's almost like you're battle tested before you actually even go into the battle. We're facing a very good high-powered offense with great receivers every day. You're going to get stretched, and the only way you grow is by getting stretched. So, I look forward to game day, when it comes. But right now, my challenge is getting these guys ready for practice. I mean, you're going against high-level skilled guys on the offensive side of the ball, and when you have a lot of space and you got your challenge to get tackle a guy by yourself, it's challenging. And what you got to do is make sure you teach guys proper leverage and understand that, hey, I can't cover the whole field. Somebody else has got to do their job also. So if I've got outside leverage that I'm getting help from the inside, then that's what you're supposed to do. And then count on your brothers to know that they're coming forward to help you.
What are your expectations for Andrew Booth and Sheridan Jones going into the fall camp?
Hopefully, they're going to compete at a high level and be ready to play. That's my expectations. We recruited them, because they could play, and that's what I want them to see, play.
What impressed you the most about those guys back in the spring, and what do you think they need to work on?
Well, Sheridan is a kid that came in,